corpse in the house. Rab Shimon it's very possible. Shimon says it doesn't mean that the house is tummy because there was a fetus, but it got dissolved before the birth, and now there's a placenta without a fetus. The house is tar. But what do we see over here? That rule, Ein Shilya B'loi Vlad, the majority of cases of placentas is that there's a fetus that's there. It tells us that the house is tummy, according to the Chachamim. Chaticha, what's the case of Chaticha? The Tanana was taught in the Mishnah. Hamapelas yad chatucha v'regel chatucha. If this woman is having a miscarriage, and apparently it comes out with in pieces. So a hand comes out, and or a foot comes out, and you see the fingers there. It looks like a hand. It looks like a foot. So imetmei the mother is tamei. What type of tumah? We don't know if it's a boy or a girl, so they give both tumahs. Tumah for 14 days with the tara of only 33 days. So the chumras of everything. Vein chayshin shema miguf atam basam. We don't say that maybe it came from guf atam. Guf atam means that it has no form at all. Atam, what is it there? Sealed. That means it doesn't have any shape at all. And that would be that it's not a birth and they don't have any yemei toihar. By a birth, you get days of purity. 33 or 66, depending on male or female. So, we don't say that it's a gufatim. Why? Because the chazaka is, or the roiv is, that roiv births it's a real child. V'suleka, the Gemara asks right away, that you only have 3 cases where you follow the majority. But what about the 9 stores? Famous Gemara. Tanya was taught in the Brayso. They all sell kosher meat. He walked into the store. You're busy on your phone. You didn't know which store you went into. They gave you the piece of meat and you walked out. Sveika aser. That's going to be aser. However, benimta. But if you're in front of the stores and you find it in front of the stores, you don't know which one it came from. So then, you follow the majority. If all the details would be there, it would apply.
And if you can afford it, you're welcome to throw out the $15.
So Tuma Kamrinan, Isalai Kamrinan. We're talking about Tuma. There's 3 places that we follow the majority by Tuma. By Yisr, there's much more. By prohibited foods and all of that, there's much more. Really? Tuma? That's the only case, is 3. We have another case. Tesha Tzvardim. You have Tzvardeim. You have 9 frogs. B'sheretz echad. Now, a frog isn't tummy, but a sheretz is tummy. And there's one sheretz amongst them. You touched one of them. You don't know which one you touched. You pulled back, and you're like, ah. So...
Is there a specific reason why they use 9 stores, 9 this?
I'm not sure. It only needs to be 3, 2 and 1. Right. So the goat works like this. Rishus hayachid sveika itame. In a Rishus hayachid, there's a chiddush because the first part was kavua. If the store is there and the suffix is which store you went into, so that's considered a kaviyas, and it's considered mechza. It's half and half. When do we say that you follow the majority? Is when it leaves the kaviyas and it's found outside in the front, and the suffix is which one it came from, as opposed to which one you went into. That's a different story. So even if it's 9 stores kosher, but it's still considered 50-50, and it's treif if you walked into the store. If you found it outside the store, then there's no chiddush 9. It could have said 2 stores, I guess.
Do you remember when Los Angeles had a problem and treif meat was discovered?
Yeah.
I saw a YouTube video of Rabbi Reichik explaining the situation in the community. Uh-huh. It all turned on this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Why do you say 2? You don't need 3 for a row. You need 51%.
51. 2 to 1. 2 to 1. 2 to 1. 2 to 1. So Sveiki, B'shus Yachid Sveiki Tam, B'shus Ram Sveiki Tar. As we have a rule by Tum and Tara, but what are we seeing? That okay. So Ubenimtza, but if you find the sheretz, and then you would follow the majority. I guess you don't know which one it is. Halachacha Roiv. You follow the majority. You see that there's other cases of majority, other cases of Tumah that you follow the majority. The Gemara says Tumah the Isha Kamrin, Tumah Ba'al Malay Kamrin. We're talking about Tumah of a woman. There's three places that we follow the majority. But we have another case. Hadam Rabbi Shua ben Levi. Rabbi Shua ben Levi taught. Rabbi Shua ben Levi, although he's quoted in Pirkei Avos, Chol Yoim Baskal Yetzi, but he's really an Amayra. He's not a Tana. He's really an Amayra. A woman, Avra Benar, a woman's going over a river. I guess she's going over a bridge. The Pila, and she has a miscarriage while she's there, and it falls into the water, I guess. And maybe a korban. She brings a korban, v'nechal, and the korban is actually eaten. Why? Because we say that she definitely gave birth to something that was a real child, and a woman that gives birth to a child, and it brings a korban. You follow majority of women, the statistics. Statistics are is that normally they give birth to a regular child, even though this was a miscarriage, but nevertheless, that's considered a birth. The Gemara says, Masnisan Kamrin and Shmaitale Kamrin, and we're talking about Mishnayos, Brises. We're not talking about statements of Amiraim, and Rabbi Shua ben Levi is an Amira. But when Ravin came, he said, Masiv Rabbi Yosi bar Rabbi Chanina, Taya. He asked a question on Rabbi Shua ben Levi from a woman that's Taya, a woman that's mistaken. We don't know what the question is. My love, what is it? Is it not Leitiyov to Elisiyata, that he brings a proof to her? That means he brought a brisa. That means Rabbi Shua ben Levi has a brisa that supports him. You see, there's not three things that we follow the majority, there's four. There's another one. Even by a woman that's tummy, the Gemara says, Dilma Leitiyov to Elisiyata. Maybe there was no proof, but also no support. There was no question, but no support either. Lamute Mai. So when Rabbi Yochanan said there's three things that we follow the majority, what was he coming to exclude? Is he saying that we don't follow a majority if there's a chazaka that goes differently? That if there's a chazaka that tells us not, that we don't burn the truma. Rabbi Yochanan already says that if there's a chazaka against the majority, you don't follow the rive to burn the truma. The Tanan, it was taught like this: if you find a child next to dough, and he has dough in his hand. Now a child, it's assumed that he goes around and he picks up all types of insects on the floor and the creatures. You have to pull it out of his hand. Oh, don't eat that, So and now here he has dough in his hand. So we assume he touched the sheretz, and now he's touching dough. Reb Meir mitar v'chacham metamin. Reb Meir says it's tar, the dough, and the chum say it's tamei. Why? Because children touch everything. V'amrinan, and we say, my time at the Reb Meir. What's the reason for Reb Meir? Kasava reif tinaikas metapchen. We say majority of the children do touch everything. Umiyatein metapchen. It's a minority that doesn't. V'isazu b'cheskas tarei medes. In this dough has a chazaka that it used to be tar. So samach l'miyuta lechazaka v'yisra leruba. Reb Meir says, look, I have a minority. Let's connect the minority of children that don't touch anything to the dough that has a chazaka that it's tahar, and it's tar. The minority with the chazaka together helps override the majority. Rabbanan miyuta command lesadami. We mentioned this 2 days ago. That a miyut is like that doesn't exist according to the Rabbanan. We follow the statistics much stronger, and it's as if v'ruba the chazaka ruba and the raiv goes stronger. V'amar Reish Lakish mishum Rabbi Yishia. Reish Lakish says the name of Rabbi Yishia. Zui chazaka shesarfen asa truma. Rabbi Yochanan amer ein zu chazaka shesarfen asa truma. Rabbi Yochanan says that even though you have a raiv that's stronger than the chazaka, but nevertheless you still don't burn the truma. So what is Rabbi Yochanan coming to exclude if Rabbi Yochanan already said once that a raiv that has a chazaka against it, you don't burn the truma? He said that already before. Now we said there's three things that we follow the raiv. What's he coming to exclude? You want to tell me he's coming to exclude the raiv that has a chazaka against it? That he already said. He has to be telling me a chiddush. Right? His chiddush was that a raiv is like a vadai. Majority is like a definite. Ella lamuti ruba the Rabbi Yehuda. Let me stop over here.
Good job. Good job.
Oh, yeah.
Almost.
Good job.
Caught up.